For the first time in a long while, I found myself heading north. My destination was the new location of the village, which was rumored to be on top of Mount Clen in the vicinity of Kelm. On my travel up through Zalzagoria, I'd gotten wind of a celebration at the nearby Zolotar castle, where the Wolves of Selene were going to celebrate the Equinox, some kind of pagan event which was to honor their goddess of the moon. This actually lined up perfectly with my own purpose for being in the north. The Fireflies had sent out a call for aid in the fight against the masquerade, and though I wasn't officially part of their group, I had nevertheless taken on the assignment to reach out to others on their behalf, and word had gotten around that several factions were indeed going to partake in this Equinox event. First though, I wanted to check out the new location of the village.
Mount Clen in the distance, meaning that the village should be right on top of that mountain, that peak. Very interesting, okay. We're gonna see how true that rumor is. It went straight through him. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Oh my god. Alright, moment of truth is upon us.
And the truth was that the rumors were true.
Hello? Anybody home? Okay. Okay. Religious mumbo jumbo. Hello, anybody home? Hello? Okay, so they've put notes everywhere where the paths converge. That's actually kind of cool. As an OCDer, I approve. I mean, it doesn't look like anybody's at the village. But I do know that over there we have Zolotar Castle. And that is where the Wolves of Selene allegedly are based. Alright.
Finding nobody at the village, I decided to head to the next peak over.
Hello? Anybody home?
I'm here. Never fear. Hello?
Hello?
Who is it?
My name's Ego. I was told I could find the Wolves of Selene here.
Ego?
Yes?
I'll be at the front gate, but I can sit on the tower, like over
Ego?
here. See what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hello, Ego.
Hello.
What? It's me, Raven.
Raven! What the hell?
Uh-huh.
No violence.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Nice to see you. What the hell? What are you doing here?
Yeah, here, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out. Hold on.
Alright.
Well now, this was a bit of a surprise, but a very pleasant one. I hadn't seen Raven since Electro. On occasion, my mind had wandered, and not a few times it had ended up thinking about Raven. She was certainly a special individual who was sure to leave an impression on anyone she met. I was definitely looking forward to catching up with her.
Ego.
Hey! Oh,
Hey!
Raven, come on, bring it in here. Hey, nice to
It's
see
been
you.
so long.
Yeah.
As we hugged it out, my arm brushed over an armband which Raven had not worn before. It was a detail I took note of and decided to ask her about.
So I see your armband. Have you, like, joined the Wolves?
This wall's pretty comfortable.
Oh,
Been
okay.
carrying things all day.
This was a new development. What's been going on?
Do you want to come in?
You guys want to come
yeah.
in?
Yeah. Thank you.
What's up, JJ?
So,
Oh, there's a lot of people.
yeah, I joined the Wolves. You know, a lot of my friends from previous groups were joining, and you know, I figured I'd give it a shot. And right now we're hosting a event for the Equinox, where we're gonna be burning pelts and stuff, and
What
offer
is that?
to Selene.
I'll be
What's the
fine for now.
Equinox?
A bit full.
I'm sorry, I'm ignorant.
Thanks for the offer, though.
So I think Runa might be able to explain it a bit better, but it's
And speaking of Runa,
I did want to tell you, Mick, for the pelt burning, we're going down to that lower part of the ruins of the council. That's where we have the fires set up for the sacrifices. After that, we'll just have the regular celebrations where we just eat and hang out. So, which will be up
it's
here.
basically
Wait.
just like
Sacrifices?
Pretty
oh,
much probably a little after 9 once I
just
feel
sacrificing like the
most
pelts
people
to
who
Selene,
are
not like
trying to
people.
make it have made it.
Yeah, okay, good.
We have the Merrymen here for our security, so there's a lot of them. So hopefully,
Oh, okay. I thought you were with
You
the,
know, the more time you spend in the dark,
remnants,
the
but,
easier it is to
Sorry
see.
about that.
what's happened with them?
Yeah, whatever you guys want me to do.
yeah, they're not really a thing anymore. Most of us that
Yeah,
were in the
I'm
remnants came here, except for I think like
yeah, I'm totally down.
2 members, and they're kind of doing their own thing. So
So no more Car Joe?
he has been asleep for a while, but yeah, he's not part of the Wolves of Selene, but he does
I
still come
volunteer as
around
tribute.
Oh, okay.
every now and
Don't
then.
got any water.
Gotcha. Let's see if you guys got a nice setup going here.
Yeah, BP. Take
Although
it
it's deep in wolf country, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we get plenty of wolf puppies
It's
visiting us.
Yeah, it's the point. We like wolf puppies around here.
Runa,
Okay. Sounds good. I'll
would you mind explaining to Ego kind of what the Equinox is? I feel like you can explain it better than I can.
Anybody that's coming
I-
up.
Oh,
shooting, they're
okay.
aiming at you.
So,
Give me the lowdown.
All right,
an
sounds good.
equinox is when the day and night are an equal amount of time. It only happens twice a year.
Oh.
What, JJ?
And during the spring and autumn.
And that has some sort of special significance?
Yes, it is around the time of the equinoxes is when the veil between our world and the one supernatural beings live in is at its thinnest. So it is easiest to contact them.
Okay.
Miles.
Alright.
It also means it's, the beginning of autumn. Means days are gonna get shorter, weather's gonna get
true.
colder.
So what does this event consist of? I gather there was like bonfires.
Yeah, we are going to burn animal pelts as a sacrifice to Selene and the other gods as a thanks.
It's a drink.
Alright. Okay. That sounds good. Raven, you mind if I talk to you in private a little bit? Just for a moment.
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't want to sound nervous, but something about Raven being here felt a bit odd, and I was concerned. Not that I believe the wolves to be bad people, but Raven joining something which could most closely be described as a kind of a cult, when I'd been given the distinct impression that she was a woman of more worldly persuasions. I don't know, it didn't really click. Knowing her goofy, carefree nature, I feared that Raven ran the risk of being influenced by others to a fault, and I wanted to know what was going on here.
I just wanted to know, like, how do you feel? Like, are you like working some angle here, or are you like legit like converted to like. You never really struck me as a religious kind of person, you know. No offense.
No, I understand. I never really considered myself much of a religious person, but I saw so many of, you know, my friends and family joining, and, you know, there was a point where, you know, so many people were leaving the remnants, and I kind of was at a point where I felt very...
Hey, how you guys doing?
I don't know, lost, I guess, and... I don't know, I guess I kind of felt connected to Selene at one point. You know, it kind of just... I don't want to say like a vision, but it's kind of what it was, you know? Like I was just kind of walking my own path and something just spoke to me to come up here and, you know, kind of see what was going on. And ever since then, you know,
Okay.
kind of stuck around.
Come on in.
All right.
We haven't started yet.
Well, you're...
time.
You find that you're belonging here.
Yeah, I think the longer I'm here, the more I feel that I fit in with this environment, and I can kind of feel myself slowly becoming more invested into this group.
I do not, unfortunately.
And,
No.
you know, in this group, there's trials that you have to complete to become a...
No, I'm okay.
To kind of be promoted from wolf pup to kind of like regular like wolf. And I've already completed 2.
Alright, thank you, May.
Okay. So there's kind of a ranking system.
I didn't even see you in the corner.
Yeah, it doesn't really like change anything like how we talk to each other or like what we can and can't do. It's more just like an internal thing, like mentally, like, you know, you are truly a part. Doesn't really change much though.
All right, you mind following me out just for a spell? No, I just wanted to ask you, what's your take on the Wolves of Selene? Are they a good group? You know, coming from the outside, you know, you have a good way to observe them.
Remembering my mission to find out about the various factions and their eligibility to stand with the Fireflies, I wanted to get Raven's personal take on the Wolves of Selene, and I knew I could count on her to be honest and upfront with me.
Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily call us like we are like a good group, but I wouldn't say we're a bad group either. It's kind of, you know, we're not gonna just go around and like kill everyone we see, and we're not gonna like rob and kidnap people, but, you know, every once in a while, I guess we do kind of like to cause a little bit of chaos, but it's not anything like super crazy, like, you know, the Dark Carnival. But I guess, you know, if you want to call us a good group, you know.
What do you think of cannibals? Let me put it like that.
Oh, no, we are not.
At the mere mentioning of the word, Raven's eyes lit up like a Christmas tree, and she outright decried the practice. This was good. It wouldn't do if the wolves had skeletons in their closet if I was to bring them to the table.
Very, very good. Follow me. I'd like to talk to Runa real quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, follow me, and you're the one that's like, you know, letting me in.
Ego wanted to talk to you.
Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. Can we just move off to the side real quick here?
If you're talking privately, I'm sitting against this wall.
All right.
I'll move.
Is it like that sensitive?
Yeah, it's a little bit confidential.
Is it okay if I'm here?
Yeah. You can stay. Stay. I trust you. Thing is, I'm very happy to be here and witness this. Afterwards, however, I would like to talk to you, discuss something with you in private with Greenie of the village as well. I think he's gonna show up. I have it on good faith that
he was invited.
Yeah, I think he's gonna show up. I got a thing I need to run by both of you.
They're gonna like sacrifice some wolf.
Alrighty. Well, we can do that after the main celebration.
Yes, absolutely.
After the main event, it'll just be kind of, you know, hanging around, sharing in the harvest and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds fun. I'm looking forward to it.
With the first steps taken in sowing the seeds of coalition, I joined Raven in anticipation of the ceremony. I saw many new faces and a variety of armbands. I saw wolves donning fur headdresses and purple armbands going to and fro in preparation of the celebration. I could see the merrymen with armbands of matte blue cautiously eyeing newcomers. And I saw clowns with armbands of stark magenta who pretty much looked eager for something, anything to happen. This was probably the first time in a long while they had been forced to sit still, as I'd been told that convoys of amusement made trips daily out from their Lollipop Bazaar base up on Green Mountain. I saw others too, people with no armbands or recognizable affiliation, kind of like me. Some looked curious, some were cautiously optimistic, but there were a few who looked wary, almost nervous. Probably not used to this much activity.
So what do you think so far?
I'm actually excited. I'm curious, you know? I want to see what's gonna happen.
Good. I'm glad you were able to come.
Oh, I'm always able to come. Okay, that sounded wrong.
Okay.
Sorry.
Which still remains to be a problem here.
Ego, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm May. We met very briefly at the bar.
May's right there. May's in the light pink. Ask her. I'm always nice to people.
She's shaking her
head. She's a liar, by the way.
Yeah. I didn't recognize you without your backwards hat.
Yeah. had a wardrobe change and a faction change recently.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I left the NFA.
You guys cool if I light this little fire out here?
Alright.
So I can see
Who
a
are you
little
with now?
You did?
Just myself. Ready to head down.
Oh,
So
well,
amen,
amen, sister. Same with me, as always.
As I was reconnecting with May, another familiar voice broke through the air from outside the fence.
Hello, good people.
Greenie?
I was just gonna tell you that I thought Greenie was coming tonight. That's him.
The village is here.
Is that Mr. Greenie? Oi!
That's me.
Check him for EpiPens.
Cheater.
Yeah.
Nothing this time.
The doors opened, and the cyan-colored entourage of the village entered the grounds with Greenie at their head.
Aw, fireworks.
Hello.
Greenie,
Where should I
you
put
son
these?
of a gun. Give me a hug.
Bruna.
Ego. What's up, brother? How you
Yeah.
doing?
You know if Sean's
good, man.
coming?
Just want to say, when you
We'll
got a
wait.
moment after the celebration, I want to talk to you and
I
Bruna.
don't know where you want to stick him.
I want to run something by you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Oh, you're on
Right.
security.
There's a distinct lack of music here, isn't there?
If only I had my guitar.
Carry on my wayward son.
That
There
would
we
be
go.
nice, right?
I miss my guitar.
Yeah, what happened to your guitar?
The storm destroyed it. It destroyed everything I knew.
Oh, stupid storm.
All right, if everyone wants to follow me, we're going to light the fires and burn pelts in thanks to the gods. We're going down to the ruins,
Right on.
just down the hill. It's right nearby.
Oh, all the way down there. Okay.
We filed out of the wolf compound and headed down to a prepared ceremonial area nestled into one of the broken tower ruins. Once there, the wolves lit fires, and Runa addressed the crowd.
All right, everyone. Today, as we look forward, we must also look back. In life and light, there is always darkness. But this is a time of remembrance. Remembrance of our ancestors, where we came from, those who helped us get to where we are. Remembrance of our dead. In this time of the autumn equinox, we recognize that the veil between worlds thins and wanes. It is our greatest time to communicate to our ancestors and the gods of our reverence and thanks. In symbolism and love, we will now burn these animal pelts with thanks and humility to Selene and the other gods watching down upon us. This time, when light and darkness meet, when the day and the night are the same, in the transition of seasons, we ask for spiritual guidance. With the veil between the worlds gone, we choose to sacrifice for favor and to venerate all who came before us. We ask, Selene, for your blessings and protection in this coming winter. We bring to you this day as a sacrifice of our harvest, a showing of our faith. Ask all the gods who will listen to us, from the great trickster to the light of Selene. We ask for your protection from the death of autumn into winter, for your warmth against the cool air, and your favor in our battles to come. We ask you for guidance and serenity in these times ahead, and your understanding in the lives we all have to lead, and teach us to share in your love.
Being here at a pagan ritual was a very strange experience. I felt honored, but also a bit hypocritical. As a secular agnostic, I lean toward the notion that our cries for divine intervention or yearnings for some kind of sense pertaining to existence were born out of our own need to be coddled through life when times were grim. If gods existed, they were surely entirely unknowable and most certainly oblivious to our wants or needs. Religion was a human construct, a desperate way to imprint human aspects and qualities to things like the forces of nature or the tides of fortune. I had lost my faith long ago, when the world ended and I'd failed to save my family from the horrors of the night. And then again, as the purposeful bullet of a madman had found its mark and shattered my second family. If this Selene was listening, I surely begged her pardon, but now I was a firm believer that nothing other than ourselves guided, protected, or in any other way aided us in our lives. We make our own fate, and tonight I'd been given a chance to direct that fate in the hope of union.
If anyone would like to join us in burning a pelt to the gods, you may now.
The lady. Sorry, what was that? What did I say? Anybody hear anything?
I'm sure the lady is watching over us now as well. If Zippy's here, would he like to say anything? I don't know if this has any spiritual significance to the lady.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're just observing. We're just observing. All good.
Yeah, good choke. Yeah, good.
Oh, that's right. I'd heard that even the clowns had some kind of deity they followed. I wonder what their ceremonies looked like. I could just imagine a pitched circus tent being used as a shrine, and rows of clowns filing in to do what? Laugh in a sort of bizarre choir of hysterical elation? Okay, I had to bring it back down to earth now. My mind was taking way too many liberties, and the thoughts it was conjuring just gave me the chills.
Would anyone else like to come and make a sacrifice? We're polytheistic. It can be to any higher power you believe in.
Hey, old Doc will. Alright, how do I go about this?
Just pick it up and put it in the fire. And you can watch it burn if you'd like.
Alright. I burn this for all medical science out there.
Good friendship, good company.
For new beginnings.
As various invited guests in turn volunteered to burn provided pelts and dedicated their sacrifices to different concepts, I pondered if I too should take my hypocrisy a step further. I knew where my beliefs lay, but I didn't want to pass on this opportunity to show the wolves the respect they had shown me. While people had dedicated their pelt burnings to everything from deities to human aspects, there was only one thing I could think of, one goal that I would want any sort of god's aid in pursuing.
To vengeance!
As I dropped the pelt on the fire, my amused smirk suddenly died on my lips. I didn't know what it was, but something within me had stirred as I projected my intense desire for revenge into the fire. Though I presented an unchanged appearance outward, on the inside I felt strange, bewildered, cold, but also caressed by an alien reassurance, an intense sense of galvanized confidence in the fact that vengeance would be mine beyond any shadow of a doubt. I had no idea where this newfound conviction came from. Had something actually answered me? It sure as hell wasn't any kind of moon goddess or clown lady. This was something else. A sense of smoldering fire tinged the back of my mouth, and for the briefest of moments, it was as if the image of shimmering, writhing scales had burnt themselves into my retinas. Raven came over to offer me a pelt for warmth, as she thought I looked cold, and her eyes expressed a concern. I thanked her and made a mental note to not toy around with the natural or supernatural world. My beliefs be damned. If there indeed was something out there, it had just scared the shit out of me.
Holy shit.
Holy crap, EP. I think that means more. Runa.
Yeah?
May we fire our weapons in the air as a sign of this beautiful momentum occasion?
You may, I suppose, this one time.
As if to rid myself of the taint I somehow still could feel, I brought out my python and joined the celebratory salute.
A true Chernarus event.
Alright, let's head back up and enjoy some food, everyone.
Everybody put your firearms back on your back, please. Cool.
You tell him.
During the feast back at Zolotar, I found Raven staring up at the stars.
You're just looking up.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
You're such an airhead, you know that?
I've been getting that a lot lately.
Yeah, can't imagine why.
So bust.
Yeah, you know, I really don't understand why.
Yeah, I brought a plus village, so I'm good.
You want to go for a walk?
It's a hard commodity these days.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, you're telling us.
I don't know if you just want to follow the path, but...
Yeah, we can do that. I stayed in the south ever since the storm, and I've been in contact with the Fireflies, actually.
Oh, how'd that go?
That is actually going pretty well. I'm pretty good friends with them, actually.
I've only ever met them once, but they seemed like nice people.
They are really, really nice people. It's the kind of people you love calling your friends. And yeah, like very supportive and all that. I'm not part of them, but I am, like, you know, kind of affiliated with them.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
There's still, like, a reason as to why I don't really want to, you know, stay in one place for too long.
Oh, no, yeah, I get that.
I don't know if I ever told you, but I'm kind of on a personal mission of my own.
While pondering whether or not I should spill everything that had happened to me to Raven, I once again asked her about specifically how she had ended up with the wolves, what had led her to it, and if she actually believed in all this otherworldly talk about gods. I had been sure, safe and secure in my own stone-cold disbelief, but after the ceremony, I had to admit, I wasn't so sure anymore.
I mean, it wasn't anything, like, super big. It was really just, you know, Runa, the kind of head of the faction, was, you know, very keen on me joining. You know, she thought I would like it, and so I figured I'd just give it a shot. And, you know, like I said, ever since I've been a part of it, it's, you know, kind of just grown on me.
Alright. But how are you with the whole religious stick? Like, do you believe in this moon goddess thing?
You know, at first I was very skeptical, but I think that the longer I'm a part of this group, you know, the closer I feel connected to Selene herself, not even just the members of the group, but a lot of people in our group have, like, visions where, you know, they feel Selene is speaking to them. And yeah, actually, not tomorrow, but the day after, I planned on kind of taking a solo adventure to kind of like a soul search, if you will, to kind of ground myself.
So you're a believer.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Interesting. If the spiritual movement of the land had this much influence over regular people, swaying and converting grounded individuals like Raven, who was gonna be a barkeep last time I met her, then maybe there was something to all this talk about gods and pagan rites just going by the numbers. I usually styled myself as an open but convinced agnostic. I'd always been comfortable leaving the spiritual aspect to people who better understood it and, most importantly, believed in all that. But now I was beginning to wonder. To think of the possibility of an all-powerful being giving me even the tiniest fraction of its attention during a ceremony which I had essentially considered trivial. And to think I had dedicated my offering to vengeance. What did that say about me? It sent shivers down my spine.
We should probably start heading back because I want to talk to the others.
Oh yeah, don't want to miss out on the event. I was meaning to ask, I don't know if, you know, you're comfortable talking about it or if you'd even want to talk about it right now, but, you know, I was kind of curious as to why you were chasing this person.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a sensitive topic.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when you have like a group that you treat like a family. Everybody's like your brother or your sister. And like everything is so good. And then one day, it all comes crashing down because of one man. One gunshot. It's something that's like stuck with me. And I cannot let that go. You know, it's... I had a group I was with, and we were...
I ended up telling Raven everything. My time with New Hope, my tenure as one of the 4 elders, the pain I felt when Jack was murdered, and my never-ending search for the villain known as Max Hatter. I'd never been able to be this open before, always pushing the pain down and trying only to focus on my hatred and sticking to the purpose of dishing out the punishment that was due. But ever since I had opened up to Pete and Pusta, I found the burden to gradually be easier to talk about. And there was something about Raven that made me trust and open up to her. She had this, I don't want to go pseudo-new age now, but aura, which radiated kindness and a pure heart. I liked spending time with her, and was genuinely happy that she'd found a place where she felt she belonged. As I told her my story, I could see that she was genuinely moved and realized the significance of me sharing this with her.
And that was 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I've been all over Chernarus chasing this fucker. And what's really annoying and grates on me is the fact that he loves it. He treats it as a game. He wants it to never end. And I just don't know how much more I can take of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know what? You were one of the first who actually instilled me with some kind of camaraderie again. And I actually wanted to thank you for that. You know?
I had no idea that you thought that, and so I am honored, and I am truly devastated to hear about what happened with your friends and your family, and
thank you.
You know, I don't know if I could be of any help, but, you know, if you ever need any assistance in hunting down this person that, you know, changed the whole trajectory of your life, I could totally be there to support you. And there's more fireworks.
Ah, fireworks. Interrupting my very depressing moment. It didn't really fit. But maybe they did indeed symbolize some kind of change this day. Who knew what was in store for any of us?
Give me a hug, give me a hug.
Getting a little emotional here, man.
Thank you, thank you. Come on. Buck up, let's head back. Let's head back.
Let's run.
All those fireworks hurt my brain.
Back at Zolotar main grounds, the festivities were in full swing. People were mingling, Sierra was handing out tonics, which supposedly had mystical powers, and music could be heard in the background. Also, I found myself the recipient of a traditional lupine greeting by another member of the Wolves of Selene.
Hold on.
Do you like use needles and gasoline?
It depends on, is it a letter? Is it a package? What would you like to live for?
Yeah, that's what their potions are. That's what I
Okay.
You're looking for donkeys right here.
God, I thought you were sniffing my butt. Good. Thank you.
Okay. Down in the woods, I mean, it depends
Sneaking
on
around on all fours, you know?
It's a hack situation here, trying to figure out what
That's
we have
Sasha for you.
and all that.
Isn't that like a wolf thing?
I mean, I just
Sure, yeah.
So have you made any
sick.
progress on those things we talked about last time we met?
Guy with a hat like this.
That was actually one of the things I wanted to discuss with you as well, if you've had any progress.
Go ahead, okay.
So
I'm gonna stand up
the
here
guy
with
that
me.
I told you about,
Mhm.
we found out his name was Kevin.
What potions do you
Okay.
He rolled
okay.
up to the village.
Fuck. There went my one good lead. If there was one thing I knew about Max Hatter, it was that he had shed his old name given to him by society long ago. If this serial killer actually retained his regular name to be discovered, then it was definitely not the man I was after. This was a major setback. But I didn't have time to reflect on it, as Runa made an announcement.
As the night turns to day, it is a remembrance that every day here in Trinaris is a new beginning of life. Me and someone else have decided to take a new beginning together. 2 days ago, May proposed to me, and I said yes. To the most beautiful, desirable lady in Trinaris. Thank you, May.
Thank you.
Yeah!
Best wishes.
And then, it was suddenly made clear to me why some people had looked nervous that day.
Alright, back to festivities.
The detonation of a primed grenade threw me clear and knocked me out. A very real attempt at shattering our gathering had been successful, with a substantial loss of lives as the result. Those who survived the attack would go on to push back the remaining accomplices through a sustained heavy gunfight. In the middle of the chaos, the confused clowns accidentally popped a few of the newly arrived ORCC out of presumed mistaken friendly fire, but as our host, the wolves would not tolerate guests killing guests, and were prompted to forcefully evict the carnival for everybody's safety. All in all, 10 people would lose their lives in the explosion and subsequent skirmish that terrible day, a day which should have been one of celebration. The bombing of Zolotar would go unresolved. Nobody knew who had been behind it, but the going theory was that some of May's old friends in the NFA hadn't looked too kindly on her leaving them, and had hired a random errand boy to bomb the event. However, to my knowledge, nothing was confirmed, and I knew if my friends in yellow had been there, they would naturally have pointed the fingers to the possibility of the masquerade being behind it. A trail of thought that wasn't too far away from my own mind either. We never could be certain what their operational agenda looked like because we didn't know them well enough. But, again, speculations would get us nowhere. All we knew for certain now was that a celebration of life had for many ended in death.